Live from the Nexon Arena, it's
StarCraft.
KSL. That's right. StarCraft Remastered.
StarCraft.
I'm just reading everything that they showed on screen. We're back. Did you have some time to think about the question I
said
asked
modesty
you?
before the transition.
Oh, yeah, you did. You ruined it.
So
One
you
job.
were the one who had time to think about it.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
yours?
that's right. I would say it's like a heart and head thing for me. Like, I think Mini has more potential to go farther, but to me, Modesty is a more exciting player for me to watch. I love that Modesty just does these builds that are like, double quotes, so crazy it just might work. He's that kind of guy. For Mini, I really do think this might be his season to actually go all the way. You know, it's
all
hard.
the way to Rain.
Well, okay, so this is the way last season went, if you remember. It was a Protoss. It was all Protoss top 4. And in the end, Rain smacked Mini down. Like, not even close. So this is your chance to see, has Mini done his homework? Has he put in the time to overcome one of the most dominant Protoss forces the world has ever seen? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But to answer your question, my heart says Modesty, my head says Mini. Let's do it.
I think we're going to that pre. Yep,
Oh, that's right.
Nice try, Rapid.
Hey, I was close, okay?
Can't
Okay,
get
so
out of
this
is where we're supposed to predict who's going to win.
Oh, well, hey, we're ahead of the game, okay? Literally. This is Kukulza, a.k.a. Modesty. This is a player that has been playing for years and years and years and has developed a legacy for himself under the name Modesty. And so even if he wants to change it to Kukulza, we're not going to let him. We're going to send the name police after him, and we're going to arrest him for changing his name to something dumb.
Damn. Rapid.
Look, it's Kukulza, okay?
Damn, Rapid. You need to relax. You can't just call pro gamer name dumb. That's not okay, man.
Look, as entitled as I am to my opinion, that's what it's going to be. Mini, I think he's actually going to turn into maybe Mega here pretty soon, because he's going to have to go Super Saiyan to make it further than he did last season. But he also still has to prove that he can get that far, and that is going to be by beating Modesty here today.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this series goes. I think it'd be a really fun series either way. I think it'll be quicker than the last series.
This series will be as fun as the jazz music we're playing right now.
Yeah, this jazz music is pretty fun.
That's right. It's funky fresh, if I had to describe it in 2 words. Will our games be the same? I think perhaps, dare I say. Let's see what our first map is. Oh, surprise, it's in the way of an Eddie. Never mind. That's the map. It's the same map we start on every night, Brian.
Every game, yeah. You think it's going to be the same as the TvP we just watched?
Probably not. I'll go out on a limb there.
I think that's what you just said.
Well, I guess I was right in that. Here we go. We're ready to get into our first game in our last best of 5 series of the night. Modesty versus Mini. All right, here we are. Kukulza, a.k.a. Modesty, our red Zerg player. And he is spawning in close spawns on the map Eddie against Mini, who is playing Protoss.
Yes, indeed he is. So, what are we going to expect, Rapid? What do we got?
Let me
what do we got
reach
in store?
deep into my crystal ball piggy bank and see what's in there. I'm saying for Mini, Gateway, Expand,
Yes.
1 Zealot, Nexus, Forge, Cannon.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a fast Nexus boy.
What about for Modesty?
Modesty? Interesting question.
Is he going to be a lingy boy?
No,
or?
so for Modesty, it's the most boring question ever because it's like, well, is he going to go fast Muta or fast Muta?
So you think he's going fast Muta?
Whoa, you guessed it.
Nice.
I mean, that's just Modesty, just like cookie cutter build. You're going to see almost guaranteed every game fast Muta. I would say that maybe against Protoss, you want to make sure that... So if you go Mutas against Protoss, you either A, want to snipe their first Corsair and then outpower them in the air, or B, you want to pull the wool over their eyes and make Mutas, or a number of Mutas that they don't expect. So probably we're not going to see like guaranteed Mutas immediately, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see that this series.
Right. That's a pretty early spawn.
Hey, I'm already right on my gateway. You are correct about that. Although I would still say that it does not preclude Modesty from just doing the same build we do every night, Pinky.
You think he's going to go fast meat off of this? Really
Look,
cool?
dude, I would never put it past Modesty. He is a very strange player, and he does not play by the rules. So
he doesn't.
Don't count him out.
Looks like a pretty quick hatch rate.
Yeah, but I mean, this is still, like I said, the same build. Overpool is very common against Protoss, so it's not like he's really mixing it up here.
Yeah, but it's not hatch first.
You're right. You are correct.
It's also not one base muta.
Well, okay, you're really killing it today on your predictions.
I know.
I mean, in order to do that, we would need to have a gas. So because we still don't have that.
Well, you also need not an expansion because one base muta, you know.
Well, I mean, one base muta is not a thing. So
rapid.
I'm just gonna make that
Can't just
statement.
Clear out.
I will die on the hill of that statement. So feel very confident. Probe gets in, sees everything.
What about like a 9-pool muta? You know?
Are you just naming numbers?
Or like a 7-pool
units?
No, like you open up with like 6 lings and then you just go into muta.
Oh, is that not what we're having?
No, we're not having that, but we could one day.
Darn. One day when we grow up. So those are the 6 lings. That's going to be pretty safe against this probe and zealot combo, especially if you... Well, no, you laugh, but I've seen a probe and a zealot kill basically infinite units, so especially if you get it stuck behind a mineral line. Either way, Nexus is on the way. I think that was actually after. No, actually, I think I'm right on point with Minnie's build so far.
Nice, getting a pretty quick third base, not getting harassed too hard. You still think it's going to be muta, not Hydra?
No, I think Hydra is probably the way we're going to go in game 1, maybe. I just said sometimes in this series.
Whoa, backpedaling rapid.
Okay, so all I'm trying to say is it depends a lot on, just like I said earlier, if you can snipe the first Corsair.
Oh.
Assuming they're going Corsair.
He's building a ton of Zerglings.
Yeah, this is actually not going to be anything like what I was saying. Never mind.
He's just getting a Ling speed all in.
Yeah, so he's getting just enough for Lings. In theory, he should pull off of gas, right?
He did.
Okay, yeah, he just mined 20 extra. Oh, no. Okay, now it's 28. Never mind.
Okay, now he's back on gas.
Yeah, whatever that one drone is doing, it's killing it. 8 gas at a time. Yeah. But you're right. He got just enough for Ling speed, then he pulled off gas and is building quite a few of them. So let's see how many cannons young Mini is going to go for.
He's building a lot of zealots. That's a good way to start. Okay, here comes the Hydrogen. This is going to be kind of scary, I think.
I mean, it's going to be super, if he goes for 3 hatch, then yeah, that will be super aggressive. Now, there's this 973 XYZ 284962 build. It's a lot of numbers, and it basically, all I'm trying to say is there's this build where you build a certain amount of drones and run across the map with Hydras and kill the guy. It's very powerful, very strong. It's all the rage right now, and it's especially versus Protoss players, if you don't scout it, you can have a really, really rough time. But 5 Zealots is going to see a lot. And it's also very scary, especially if you're skimping on Lings. But thankfully, I don't think Modesty is.
Yeah, I think Modesty should be able to clear this up. But the thing is, Modesty clearing up the Zealots should actually kind of flip a switch in the Protoss brain that something's going on, because there's way too many units to clear these Zealots.
Yeah. I mean, you do need a lot of Zerglings. This is a number of Zealots you have to respect for sure. He does have quite a few.
I think that's enough Lings.
Let's see if he can stop them from getting behind the mineral line. He does block them, and he's getting decent surrounds, but I mean, this is just a lot of Zealots. Look at how strong they are. The micro is so good. If he saves 3 Zealots on 1 HP, I am disgusted.
I think you already know, right? Like, this is not enough drones.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like he actually is going to trade pretty well against these last few wounded Zealots, but that could have been way worse if he had, like, I don't know, 2 less Zerglings or something.
Yeah, the thing is that this is a lot of information, I think. Oh, he's trying to get in. Although, maybe he might think that there was just a really good scout on the Zealots. Oh my gosh.
How good are Zealots, man? He does get in, and more importantly, he's going to see the Hydra Den to know exactly what it is. It's not a big surprise, but the timing should have him a little bit worried.
Got rid of that Zealot.
Nice. So it is going to be Corsair DT on the backside for Mini.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to watch out, though. He could just die to an all-in.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go for a bunch of Zealots, send them across the map, and they all die, really without getting any drone kills, I mean, maybe you clear up the Zerglings, so that makes you feel better, but you're still not out of the woods just yet.
Yeah, we already see a ton of cannons.
There we go.
We're probably going to see more cannons in this as well. I don't think this will be the end of the cannons. Yeah, 4 cannons.
I mean, I think that's a pretty safe number. At this point, you might just see this with the Hydras and say, okay, whoops, pulling back, getting drones. Wouldn't be a bad.
You see this and you're like, it's go time.
Oh, it definitely is go time, especially when you skip Spire for this. So We are, in fact, going for it.
It's definitely go time.
I mean, 5 cannons is quite a few, no regret.
It is. This
Many
is going to be
cannons.
a lot of really sad overlords, possibly.
Well, so the Overlords are hiding from the Corsair by, being defended by the either a Hydra back home or coming with the push, because you don't want to be pushed back by a single DT.
That's true, you do.
I mean, these are going to be pretty scary Hydras.
I think we need even more cannons. Is that enough cannons?
He is still rallying Hydras. I'm just confirming that this is, like, solid. He's going for it, trying to run forward, at least force the Zealots off. Takes out one cannon.
That.
Backs out again.
I think we need to chill.
Oh,
Okay,
look at this. He is diving for cannons. Wow. I mean, this is kind of a shallow pool. You can't just go diving in it.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good assessment. It's a lot of cannons to be diving on.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since the Hydra count is, I mean, it's not at that critical mass, you know?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a buffer for the Hydras either, so he's just kind of losing them.
Also, he has to keep some Hydras back at home to defend against the Corsair, too.
Yeah. I think it doesn't even get better. Like, if he waits longer and longer.
In theory, there is a perfect range that the Hydras can hit stuff that can't hit back, right? But it's so fine-tuned that it's actually really hard to get them at that perfect level.
Yeah, Hydras don't like listening, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, they will do whatever they want to, for sure. It's like when you have a Pokemon that's too high of a level so you don't have the gym badge to make it obey you.
Right, it is like that, rapid.
Yeah, then it disobeys sometimes and hurts itself in its own confusion, which Hydras are definitely capable of doing.
Yeah, so we do see kind of a transition here, but he is just kind of transitioning from a deficit. It's like these Hydras basically did nothing. He forced the cannons and killed the gateway.
I mean, forcing cannons is not nothing because it does, put a dent in the build order. Ideally, you'd want to get away with no cannons, so it's a little bit of a delay, but you're right. I think Modesty focused a lot on that attack, and it didn't kill a lot.
You think there's ever a world where he could have dove on that pylon? They basically have infinite HP, but it does depower all of the cannons.
I mean, yeah, if you really, really want to go for it, that would actually be so crazy. Damn, I didn't actually record. Almost always you build a rear pylon, but there isn't one.
I mean, that's possibly why we didn't see a dive on it. Because if you're going to dive on individual cannons like that,
Are those the fat? Are we? Wait, did you see those Hydras speed up the right-hand side of your screen?
I did not.
They were rocket-powered Hydras.
God, this is so many.
What?
I think we could actually dive on this pylon now with this many.
Yeah, this is enough to snipe that pylon. That would actually be so crazy if he kills that one pylon and is able to bust it with that. I mean, there's enough Zealots.
There's so many Hydras.
Do dive the pylon, dive the pylon, dive the pylon.
I mean, he's got to deal with the Zealots first or he lose everything.
Oh, he punked the Zealots right there. He didn't micro back and got a bunch of extra shots off. But look at how many cannons there are. Are there more Hydras, though, than there are cannons is the question. He's killing so many. All the front pylon, the front cannons are down.
There's definitely enough cannons to deal with these Hydras now.
Yeah.
The question is the reinforcements, is there enough? But I think there is not.
There's more Hydras being rallied across the map, so he is going to pick up the Forge.
Storm, though, on
the Forge, did he get +1 done? Did you catch that?
I think he did.
Yeah, I want to say yes, but yeah, almost definitely. Let's see if he clicks on his L. Yeah, he did get +1. Thank you, Observer.
Okay, I don't think there's any room for this to kill him. Oh, definitely not with Storm too. Though that Storm was not the greatest. He doesn't have any other Storms, and there's only 4 cannons here.
He's going back in for it again. No Storms, right? He can actually even focus fire down that High Templar if he wanted to. Obviously, the cannons are the priority here. A lot of Zealots. Oh, he's not microing. They do have legs, like you said. And that is, that's a rough one. There's just not enough Hydras here, and especially with the Corsair. Oh,
nice
wow.
pick off on the Corsair.
Yeah, good focus fire. Took that one out. He's microing pretty well as he stutter steps backwards here, but that is a lot of Zealots, no regret.
That is a lot of Zealots, and that's a lot of dead Hydras as well.
Funny how one thing means the other thing, right?
Yeah, 85 supply to 43. At that supply.
Yes, 43. I would say that is a low number. You concur?
Yes, especially when it's compared to the 83.
Wow. So yeah, Modesty went for a very aggressive build. Unfortunately,
it's time for Aspire.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
When in doubt, transition.
There's already Corsairs. The ability to, and he's Storm too.
Well, also, yeah, the Storm I think is the big deal. And drop. Ooh. Mini.
I think it's really hard for him to even survive this. Look, there's only 3 drones for him to kill. 4 drones. Is it even worth storming?
Is it? I think you still go for it, right? Oh, wow, perfect dodge. Oh, the second storm gets him.
Literally every drone just died. All four of
Mind
them.
games. That's what we call. All right, so successful storm drop, hurting an already hurt economy.
Yeah, an
It's-
already non-existent economy.
This is like 5 hatcheries, so in theory, Mini is not in a terrible position, or Modesty is not in a terrible, position. But
Modesty is not in a terrible position.
well, like on his side, he's what makes him in a terrible position is how little damage he did to Mini.
Sure. I mean, we concur that he's in a terrible position, though.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm saying if you looked at half the map, you'd be like, okay, well, he's got, the stuff.
If we looked at half the map without any vision of the Protoss, we'd say, okay,
Yeah.
he's got things.
He's got the juice, but he doesn't have the sauce, if you follow me there.
Is that Michael Jordan sauce? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I learned it from a guy in Best Buy one time, but you can ask me about that later. All I'm trying to say is
Okay.
that Modesty he's in some trouble right now. The Zealots, they're doing Zealot things, and that is killing Hydras.
You see that Zealot trying to go through the hatchery?
He tried, man.
That
He
was
really tried.
cool.
His mom told him he could do
He's
anything
like, wait,
he
guys,
wanted.
hold my beer. I'm going over this hatchery. And then he's like, wait, it's too dangerous. Oh, no.
I would say the first storm drop is actually way better than that, right?
Well, the thing is, there's no drones for him to kill.
I guess there's only so good that storm drop can be.
Yeah.
Hey, well, mutas are out right now, and if there's one thing Modesty is good at, it's muta micro.
Yeah. It's not enough mutas. There's already cannons here.
Yeah, does he have like 5 mutas? Yeah, 5 mutas in a dream.
It's not a big enough
Oh
dream.
my god, that storm is
Can't even
monstrous.
retreat.
Hey, we're up to 7. Actually, I think it's 6 now.
It's not enough, Rapid. That's the conclusion.
Yes, you've counted that correctly. Also, he has 5 idle drones for no reason.
It's a 40 supply advantage now. I feel like we could just cross the map and win now. At any point. Literally any point.
I mean, Dragoons are not the greatest against mutas, but I mean, when you got these numbers, anything's good against anything.
Yeah. And he's just gonna build a bunch of cannons and go. That's what's gonna happen.
I love that that's the solution. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if we're going to see a 3rd base out of Mini. I think he's just got enough.
I think it would be a mistake. Because it's just,
I
the
mean,
game is actually just over.
A wise man once said, win
One
ahead, get more ahead.
Yeah.
But I dare say that would be the wrong call this game.
Well, he's gonna do it. But he could also just end the game. We're having a lot of games where they don't end when they should. You know? Oh no.
I think he's trying to get in there and maybe snipe some High Templar, but they're actually like a little bit further behind than he guessed. It's just
mean,
not that many
if you
mutas.
if you dove on these Templars, you'd be really sad.
Like maybe you forced out like 2 storms.
There's like 6 Dragoons per muta.
Oh my gosh, this is such a rough spot for Modesty to be in. To be fair though, he did dig this grave for himself.
He definitely dug his
He
grave himself.
really tried. You know what they say? What is that
Ooh,
about
free
digging 2
Templar.
graves?
Oh, it got a muta.
Nice.
That Templar got a muta. Amazing.
And then he flies into Dragoons. I mean,
I
hey,
think
look at
these
this.
Zealots can actually deal with this. Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna get it in time? It's close.
Sure.
No way. Just barely. Nice
He can have
cancel.
that one.
Yeah.
Now do we just go for the counter and kill him?
Yes.
All right, Rapid says yes. Let's do it.
To be fair though, he is not pushing completely across the map. He is chasing a muta, or like 3. I don't know. It's a small number.
Yeah, it is basically 3 mutas.
It's so hard to look at Modesty's army and see that he has a lot of Hydras, and see that number of Hydras means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
There's so much Storm. These are, what is it, it's 2-1 upgrades for the Protoss?
I mean, I'm just surprised how long it took Mini to actually attack.
Yeah, I was playing kind
after
of,
defending that initial push, he should have known how far ahead he was. And then he saw mutas, so he should have known even how much further he was ahead he was again.
You have to respect mutas, right? I think he did that adequately. He had 1 base canceled. He's going to have this base threatened again, but I think you just trade at this point, right? You're going to kill so much with this army.
Well, you definitely don't turn around. That would be really bad.
There's no way you don't base trade against this. Does he have an observer here?
Oh, no. Okay, he
There's
does.
no. Okay, oh, he does.
That was a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, if you don't have an observer, I mean, I think he still probably has enough Storm to get through
He
this
could probably
anyway.
just walk over
Yeah.
those.
Well, he could probably just walk over Modesty. So Modesty is going to be forced to pull back.
Modesty definitely shouldn't pull back. Yeah, he should just go for it. Because he's never going to win the fight head on.
Oh my god, that storm was so crazy. Oh, that storm was so crazy.
GG.
All right, well, that's it. All it takes is 2 crazy storms. And Mini will take this game against Modesty.
I think Modesty played like a really good comeback game, you know? Like he tried.
Yeah.
He tried basically every avenue he could to come back, but Mini shut it all down. I think it was really Mini to close that game. He should have closed it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, Modesty, I think honestly, if he had gone for sniping that pylon, it feels bad because then they just repower with another pylon.
Right.
Maybe that was his window because it's clear that he didn't deal enough damage. He wasn't able to bust through.
I mean,
and after that point,
he was going for a proper all-in, so.
Yeah, hard to transition off of that. He did try. It actually lasted a lot longer than I expected. But in the end, Mini goes up 1-0, and I think it's safe to say that Modesty is going to need a little bit more than creativity to win this match.
I think he's going to need mechanics.
Ooh. I mean, when you talk about mechanics, the answer is mutas. Modesty's muta micro mechanics, lots of M's there, is top tier. The only problem is you got to figure out a way to get there. And against Protoss, it is not quite so easy.
Nice, we're jumping into another game rapid.
Wow, I love how we're just like hammering these out at the end.
Neo Sylphid. That seems like a very Modesty pick.
No, you're definitely right. And he is the loser, so he will pick that map. Here we are in the 12 o'clock location at the top of the map. Neo Sylphid is our Protoss player, Musapa, aka Mini. And down here, I love how they're both not using the names that we call them. So Musapa is Mini, and then Kukulza is actually not Kukulza, it's Modesty. So,
Rapid, do you think we should bring the chat into this? I have a comment here.
all right, hit me with it.
Disrespectful chatter says, should have built defilers. What do
You
you think,
know,
Rapid?
I mean, he is not wrong. I mean, sentences I would also agree with is should have invested in Google when it first came out. Let's see, should have.
Bitcoin's a good one.
Should have made a note to remember where Atlantis was lost. You know,
Yes.
hard to argue with these statements. However, might I say, a tad unreasonable.
Yeah. Turns out it's a little bit harder to get defilers. Generally, after a big Hydra all in.
Yeah, what are you going to do, like tech up to Hive off no units? You're right, but I do agree that playing Hive tech for Zerg is usually a pretty good way to play against Protoss. Crackling, Swarm, all super, super good in the matchup.
A little bit hard to do off like 12 drones, but you know.
You might need economy to get there. And hey, Modesty was on 3 bases, but you're going to need to get that next step. And on a 3-player map, you kind of destabilize the way most maps get cut in half because there is only one other base for you to take. And a lot of times that's what Zerg players do.
Hope that adequately...
I think we really decided the answer to that question.
I hope we're not bullying disrespectful chatter, but you know.
Oh, hey, you didn't call him out, so
Didn't call him out. Didn't use his full name.
We're speaking in general. If you really want to call him out, you use his middle name. That's how you know you're in trouble.
Right.
No chatter ever wants to do that. So, oh, is he gonna blow? Oh, no way! I thought he had the hatch. I guess he might have been like a mineral off. No, I think he had it.
I think you had it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, instead of going for it, well, you know how drones kind of like to do that thing that dogs do, where before they lay down, they have to spin in a circle.
Oh, look at him. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I won't take it. And then he got blocked again.
Watch him pylon block it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now.
You should absolutely pylon block.
Oh my gosh. I mean, once you delay it this long,
you should pylon block
if you
so
can
hard.
pylon block it until the
No.
Zealot gets there, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, at this point, you probably want him to build it, but the Zealot is coming, and Zealots and probes can deal magical damage.
Yeah. That's really annoying.
How many Zerglings we got? All right, the full 6. Okay, well, that's a weird way to run your probe.
Well, it's did its job. Okay, there's 2 Zealots on the way.
Yeah. He should be running to the 3rd base there. I guess he's just trying to get in.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
going.
he is going to 3rd base. Okay. So at least Mini will see that and know that it is, in fact, not there. But the big brain play, taking another 3rd base.
Another 3rd base? Another one?
He's taking a different 3rd base, which is what I
Okay.
meant.
All right.
So the 3rd hatchery will actually get down. It's at a gas base, so that's good, but the Zealot will scout it. he'll realize, egads, he's been duped.
What? Wait. Okay, never mind. So what if the Zell just turns around? He's like, nah.
It's like, you couldn't build it there. He would never.
So, do you think Modesty goes for something similar to last game? Because it felt like it got kind of shut down, but at the same time.
I mean, it's a long series. Maybe you bring that out next game. I would say probably a better option is to play the standard way and see if you can snipe a Scourge with some, or see if you can snipe a Corsair with some Scourge. I think that gives you a really strong gateway into mutas, and especially if you're able to then use those mutas to like snipe High Templar later on.
And then we get Defilers.
Just like that guy said. I would agree. I think that playing High Tech, like I said, it's a good route. You just got to get there. Let's see if Modesty can do it.
Let's see. That is a lot of Zealots. This actually could do a lot of pressure here. A lot of the Zerglings are at the other base. Oh, no.
Wow, that's a surprising amount. You definitely don't expect quite this time. Usually you're going to wait for 5-6, but...
The Zerglings are going across the map?
Oh my god, he's countering. I love that play. Oh my god.
I don't
know if this is reactionary or big brain, because there is a cannon, but...
I don't like this.
Okay, so...
I mean, what else could he possibly be doing right now?
That is tight on the left-hand side, right? If it's not, the game is over. If it is...
It definitely is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's tight on the left.
Okay, so he kind of goes for the counter, and now all the Zealots get out. This is like worst case scenario.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Not only does he not get the Zealots, but he also didn't counter.
And he also didn't get the base to come up. So.
And now he's taking a mineral-only base. This is really bad. Or it feels
so
bad.
many questions, so little time. This is definitely progressing from like the standard thinking emoji to the monocle top hat thinking emoji.
For who?
You know,
who's
like,
the top hat monocle? Mini?
That just means we're not just asking some questions, some unanswered questions. We're now very, very much questioning the position Modesty has put himself in. It's a Hydra Den, so not a big surprise because this is the way you might expect any Zerg player to play. For
well,
Modesty,
you said Modesty was going to go fast mutas 3 times at least.
I said I wouldn't be surprised to see it in this series, okay?
From what I remember, you said fast muta, fast muta, fast muta.
Somebody clip it. Vindicate me.
We can actually get a clip of that.
Okay, please don't actually.
Okay.
Never hold me accountable.
All the Zealots are here.
Let's see how good the control is. Actually, pulling back
really
some.
Good.
Look how he keeps 3
really
Zealots
good.
at 1 HP.
Really good.
Stop it, Mini.
Now you just run home.
Come on.
Okay, he's gonna take the fight.
No, I think you just run home, right?
Yeah, you should definitely run home.
I mean, I think at this point you've already got such a good trade. You might as well go for it. But you're right. He will choose to go for it and lose everything.
I think that he would have gotten chased if he'd gone across the map. But he's gonna get a scout.
Yeah.
Nice scout. Well, that's good. This is a huge intel already. The question is Modesty going for it again? Because it didn't work last time.
I mean, at some point you put yourself on a path and you just have to take it. So for Modesty, I think he's actually made that decision. He has a ton of lings, and the Hydras will fill in nicely afterwards. So let's see if he can do it again, because I'm pretty sure Mini's hip to his jive.
Hip to his chive?
That means he understands.
Why don't you just say understands rapid?
Well, because somewhere out there, there's a...
Hip to his chives?
I'm not chive, jive.
Hip to his jives.
Yeah, it's like that jazz music we heard earlier. I'm just saying that to trigger the people that realized it wasn't jazz music, it was like hip-hop. But the idea is that he's going for it again. Mini understands, and this will be probably a repeat of what we saw in the previous game.
Yeah. I mean, this Corsair is going to confirm everything. This is those eggs are a pretty big deal if you saw those, because that would basically confirm it if you see Hydras here. I
mean, you're just literally the Hydra Den, so not a mystery at this point. I mean, we're going to have one moment where Kukulza, Modesty, goes for it. And either it works or it doesn't. And Survey says...
Doesn't?
Probably not.
Survey says maybe.
You shaking your magic 8-ball? It's like, unlikely.
Yeah. Survey says like 30%.
The Observer is pointing out that Mini actually canceled a cannon. That's how confident he is that he will hold anything that's out there.
Confidence killed the cat, Rapid.
I'm pretty sure that's curiosity.
Confidence killed the cat, Rapid.
Maybe that's what they say up in Canada. I don't know.
That is what they say. Well, we're going to have to see if that's the true case here.
Here we go. We're running in, going to try to snipe an Overlord or a hatchery or the Hydras.
4 Zealots.
Versus 3 Hydras. Who wins that? No regret.
I think all 4 Zealots don't die.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Stays alive. I'm just waiting to see when or if Modesty is going to pull the trigger here, because Hydras are out, the Lings were in position, but
I mean, economically, it's not looking good. Look at the supply again, 37 to 64.
I mean, we're up to 42, but you're right. Modesty's not in a great spot, but he is expanding again.
It's 4 bases with no drones at the third.
Yeah, that's a small detail.
Can these Zealots be cleared up rapid? No.
Oh my god, Zealots are so good. He's doing a good job limiting the effectiveness of the Corsairs, but I think their job is already mission accomplished. Scouting information, pushing back the Overlords.
Anti-Muta.
Yeah, for sure. It's also kind of a grim, dark future out there for Modesty, because he just can't see anything.
Yeah. This is going to be quite scary. I mean, it looks like, what is it, Reaver Drop?
Anything in that shuttle's scary, right?
I mean, unless it's probes.
Even probes are scary, man.
He drops out 8 probes.
Have you seen what those guys can do? But you're right. I think it is Reaver. DT, I guess, would probably make more sense. Yeah, I think it is actually DTs. Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god, that is a lot of DTs.
I think he's just going to click on the hatchery at this point. I don't think there's an Overlord there. Yeah, no Overlord. It's not even a hatchery. It's the lair.
Oh my god.
Oh, GG. Modesty taps out. Damn. What a game from Mini.
Yeah, that was just, he just dominated there. There was nothing really
What did Modesty do that game?
I don't even remember, honestly. I just remember Zealots.
He built that
havoc.
The
probe block.
Yeah, okay.
That was where the whole game was like tilted on its head.
Ooh. Well, Mini is looking monstrous. If he keeps playing like this, I'm putting my vote in for him making it all the way to the finals again this season.
Oh yeah, and the third hatch cancel.
Yeah, that was also really
Basically,
strange.
everything that went wrong at every single stage in this game went wrong.
A little bit of Murphy's Law there for Modesty. So we got one more game before he tries to turn it around.
Curiosity didn't kill, or
Confidence.
Confidence did not kill the cat that game.
That's right. That's why it's not a saying, I regret.
Definitely is.
Solved that one for you. All right, well, that means that we, I believe, are going to a quick commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the conclusion of our exciting final series for Group A. Our final series is upon us. If you've stayed with us for an entire 7.5 hours of StarCraft, then, I don't know, you've got to win an achievement for something like
Should
that.
get a Twitch achievement for that.
Oh, for sure. You definitely get a shiny little badge there. It's I survived KSL Day 1. Well, we're almost done with our final series, but first, Fighting Spirit as our third game.
Rapid.
Well, okay, look, if Mini takes this, then we are out of here, and so is Mini, advancing on to the round of 8. If not, then maybe Modesty can find something that works, but he hasn't been able to do that just yet, so I don't know.
I mean,
we're shaking our magic 8-ball.
Yeah,
and,
he hasn't really been able to kind of find a chink in Mini's armor, but at the same time, he's putting himself in a bad position every single game. You know, kind of forcing the aggression that doesn't really work. So.
Well, look, if you got a strategy to pull out, this is the game where you do it.
Totally meant to do that, didn't you?
Oh, of course. Timed and everything.
That was perfect.
Welcome to game number 3 of series number 4. Our 4th best of 5 of the day.
Possibly our last game.
Possibly, yeah. I'm not going to say hopefully, because
Whoa,
these are some
Rapid.
really... I'm just saying, these are exciting players to
Do
watch.
you hate StarCraft? That's what it sounds like.
I really want to see Modesty pull off something creative. Like I said, that Muta build that I was talking about, if you can surprise your opponent with it, it can work, but it's definitely not recommendable. You could also do something like a really aggressive Ling Flood that catches Mini off guard, but man, Mini is so solid.
Yeah.
Hard to make it happen.
I mean, I don't think Mutas are even really a great way to play this series either, because, I mean, Mini's not going to skip Corsairs anytime soon.
Yeah, but if you undermake a certain number of Corsairs,
sure,
don't get +1.
Do you think that's going to happen?
I mean, probably not. I think Mini is playing really rock solid. If Mini plays weirdly enough, then
this is interesting.
Maybe anything is possible. Yeah,
It's
what
pylon in the main.
That for?
I mean, it has to be Gate. I would be mind blown. My mind would explode if he builds a forge up here. I don't even know.
I mean, some players internationally are building their forges in their main, not as part of their wall-in, but you need a gateway as part of your opening build if you do that.
That's got to be a gateway.
But you're right, it is a gateway.
I think my hypothesis here is that you can't snipe the gateway with a Hydra Bust or something if it's in your main.
So that's the thing. It's like you put two buildings in your wall, and the third building can be anything else, anywhere else. But not putting a pylon at your natural for the wall-in is pretty weird.
Yeah. Well, it should be a pretty standard game still. I would be surprised if it's not. Although, that probe... Okay, never mind. I take that back.
Well, that is also one reason you would hide it, is to hide the fact that it's a
Look, he's not even going to block it. This is so suspicious. Look, why aren't you blocking that, Mini?
Well, so he's trying to... He's not trying to sell it too hard.
Oh, he's selling it so hard. Modesty has to know something's up. Why? He's not even trying to block it.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, okay, no, that's good.
Okay, so at least now he is really, really, really trying to block it. And so this may look normal, but it's not. There are two gateways, and so Mini is looking to booster rocket his way out of this group.
He's doing a good job. If you were you're too suspicious if you don't try and block this, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, in your face! That is so dirty. Throwing that really pylon right down in it. That poor drone just trying to build a hatchery.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get the hatchery eventually, but it's just 2-gate.
Yeah, it is way delayed. And now the hatchery won't finish. There won't be creep in time to build a sunken. These zealots are coming.
Are the Zerglings going to the right base? It seems like they're scouting out. Oh, no.
Oh, he actually doesn't know, yeah.
Well, he should know. I mean, where'd the probe come from?
He doesn't know, lol.
Shouldn't have come from cross. He should know that.
Well, I mean, could be coming from close, the other way.
No, the Overlord's there.
I mean, he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Process of elimination. Here are the zealots. There go the zealots. The scoutinglings are going to scream and run away.
Yeah, this is pretty annoying. I mean, he has to only pump lings now.
I mean, he gets 2 lings into the main, so that's annoying.
2 probes, 3 zealots.
But I think it's always better to just have 2 less lings to deal with, right? I mean, you can kind of fight lings with probes.
Look at the control here.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's 3 probes and 3 zealots. That's what you're going to have to deal with. Oh, unless that probe goes home. Never mind. 2 probes, 3 zealots.
Well, also, I think every Zergling
in the fight.
pull away is value. And also, a zealot pops out and gets a couple of hits on one of those Zerglings, so that should be gravy. Now, let's see what the micro's like, because if you control the Zerglings enough to snipe off a few of these probes, that's going to be really good. But this is so scary. A pylon to block the surface area. Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah. Though it's not doing anything, and it actually gets one of his zealots stuck.
Yeah, one of the zealots getting stuck. That is not helping out. The drone's kind of glitched. The drones are spinning. They're glitching in the background, so that actually does not help out
Every single Zergling goes down. This is really big.
This is huge.
I mean,
he lets it finish because it's just blocking so much. He gets so many probes. A shield battery off the pylon. Hell yeah, Mini.
Wanting to catch his train home. GG.
GG, Mini. Monster punching Modesty into the moon. What on earth?
Yeah,
damn, what a game. That's a little dirty. I don't know if you look at this guy when you pass him in the hallway.
Yeah, I mean, that was best case scenario too because it was close positions.
Ugh, Mini, a.k.a. Chad Manley. This guy is, when he wants to end the series, you end the series.
Modesty's not happy. Look at him.
I mean, look, it sucks to go out that way, but at the same time, like, you had 2 other games where you could get yourself into a better position. Yeah. Like, that only works once, and it's a great finisher. That's one of those Mortal Kombat fatalities.
Yeah, I mean, at what point was he even going to get, like, a win there? It was really hard for him to deal with that. I mean, he scouted it so late. Once he did, the Zerglings were out on the base, or on his map. Like, it just didn't go well. There's nothing that went well there.
Well, we did it, no regret. We finished our first day of KSL Season 4.
How many hours was that?
I'm going to go 7.5, 8, somewhere in between there.
We got here at 3, and it's 10:30.
It's a lot of StarCraft. So if you're watching live, or maybe you're catching up on the VODs, you got a lot of homework to do. It's I would say that, like, Mind's games looked pretty standard all the time. You know, Modesty, his first series were really interesting.
Well, Mind was pretty crazy, the first series.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That Proxy Factory,
and that was sick, yeah.
I mean, so don't forget that this was just the winner's match. So this qualifies Mini for the round of 8. But Modesty's not out of this group just yet. He's going to go on to play Mind in the final match of Group A, which will be played 2 weeks from today, I want to say. Because we have to finish up all 4 groups, and then we have one final day where we play the decider matches for all 4 groups on the same day.
Got it.
I think I described that accurately.
No, you nailed that. That was perfect. Why do we even
Got it.
have graphics? We should have you just dictate it.
I should just like draw everything out. I don't know.
You're
that'd
doing
be
a great
terrible.
job.
I should hold up cue cards. Like if we had some poster boards, like I'm preparing for my science fair project, and I just hold those poster boards out, and I have a little one of those pointer sticks. I'm just like, here.
It shows a pylon and a hatchery, and then a bunch of zealots.
Exactly. Ugh, the
It'd be
future.
beautiful.
Oh, man, this is actually really fun. I do like to just really get down and learn a lot about 4 players, and we're going to do the same thing tomorrow with Group B, which is actually going to be almost even better than today's group. We got a lot of things to talk about, but
Yeah.
I think we actually do have a
Well,
graphic
we might as well
for Group
save
B.
it for tomorrow, because we're going to be here.
We should probably do it. If you guys want teasers, there's an excellent preview of KSL Season 4 on Team Liquid. It kind of gives you a nice highlight. It describes all the things that happened in the qualifiers and the group draw show. If you want any real information on KSL, there is an info post on the ksl.starcraft.com. And there's a lot of info on Team Liquid with a great write-up about the groups. There are some predictions there. I think some of them are bolder than others, but I think we are going to save those for next game. In the meantime, while we have an interview on stage, I
We
think we
get
can
to kill
just
time again.
well, we can discuss our finer thoughts about the games today.
Well, what were your finer thoughts on the games today?
Let's see. I never did get to see Modesty go Mutas versus Protoss. I guess he kind of built a few, but he was super dead at that point, so
That doesn't count.
Mind, I think, plays a very super solid style, so I want to see a player that is a little bit better than Stork was, like really, really exploit that.
Yeah.
Because I think once you know the style your opponent's really going to go for, like, I mean, that's the reason you don't just play the same build over and over again. It's super counterable. So I think it's sad to see Stork go. I really wanted to see him way overperform like he did last season, getting out of the group of death and making it to the Final Four. He didn't have to qualify for this season because he made it to the top
Right.
4, which is crazy thinking about how long he's had a career and how storied a player he is. Kind of sad to see Stork go. But
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win between Modesty and Mind in the decider match for this group.
I think Mind has he has like a pretty hard fight there. It seemed like Modesty played a really solid set versus him.
Yeah, I think if Mind gets thrown off, if you can get into his head, as it were, then that's definitely some way
I
that
also
Modesty
felt like
could
Mind
win.
was way better prepared for that series. Even though he lost, like his strategies felt really well executed.
Well, when you're
with, like,
really good at
small-
one thing, sometimes that one thing can carry you through, and I think that's kind of what we saw. Just if you play No Rush 20 against Mind, he will be in a super good spot. So probably don't
I
go
mean,
that
like
route.
even that TVZ, like that strategy with the race was kind of cool.
yeah.
It didn't really work, but it had a lot of theory behind it. It felt like it made sense.
It's cool, and if you don't just like lose the Rays at that point, or if your opponent doesn't crazily dive with a bunch of mutas and get into your weak spot, yeah, maybe there's a way to make that work.
And the proxy factory,
Oh yeah, that actually
that
was
just
super sweet.
demolished.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, I want to. I kind of want to see who advances out in our final game. In some way, like the final game is like where all the money's on the line. I think you could probably predict that Mini would make it out of this group. He's super hot right now. So, yeah, the deciding game is kind of where that question mark will be answered as the second player to make it out of this group. And tomorrow we're going to do it all over again. We've got 4 more best of 5, so another 8-hour day is ahead of us. Let's see, we were 3 games off our maximum of 20 games today.
And also,
So-
that one series was insane. It was two and a half hours, I think.
Almost, I think
For the
just
whole
about
series?
2 hours for
Yeah.
the whole series. Yeah, that was crazy.
It was really long.
PvPs, man. Oof. Especially when we play on like all the biggest maps. Like, nice.
The last map too was the biggest one with a No Rush 20, basically.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not a very exciting way to watch a game, but I mean it's really good for fundamentals.
That series
right?
was still pretty good though.
Yeah, I
there
would
was
say
a lot of-
overall you really got a chance to see what a lot of different types of PvP or PvT look like.
I thought we saw a lot of strengths and weaknesses within the players too, which was really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that kind of some strengths are weaknesses, like Mind. He's able to play one build really well, but if it's not that build, then I don't know. Things like not scouting to see if there's a base at the place, probably something he's going to look into next time.
Right.
Oh, so that's going to do it. Kind of happy that we get a chance to start off a brand new season of KSL. I know after ASL finished up, a lot of people were just like, when's KSL? When's KSL? And everybody keeps asking me that. I'm like, dude, I can't tell you. Like, come on. But hey, it's now, guy in the chat. If you ask that question, here's your answer. And it's going to be kind of short and sweet this season. We only have, is that 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 broadcast days. So we are going to be speed running KSL. So I hope you guys are ready to watch a lot of StarCraft.
All of them.
That's right.
There's not a single not long day.
Watch half the day live, half the day through VODs. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, everyone's waking up right now.
Oh, yeah. No, we're covering all
We've
the
covered
time
all
zones,
time
right?
zones, yeah.
No matter where you are, you're going to catch some KSL.
Started at 3 KST, so we good for Korea, good for everyone else.
Maybe not good if you have a
Eastern time,
job
it's like-
somewhere and then
it's
have
like
to
9
sleep
a.m.
afterwards, but yeah, there's probably a way for you to catch some of it. And hey,
Yeah.
no matter if you're watching live or a little bit later on, there's still some good games to take away, and I think they're just going to keep getting even better.
Yeah.
So wow, I think that is going to do it for our interview. I think we have a slide to wrap up the day. I'm not sure about that, but in the end, that's our show.
Yeah.
So
That's our show.
big thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure to tell your friends that KSL is back. I know it actually started a couple hours earlier than a lot of people expected, so get here early. There's a reward in early StarCraft, so...
And if you're in Korea, you can come see it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So this is being put on at the Nexon Arena in Gangnam. It's super easy to get to. So come down if you can. If not, make sure to tune back in again tomorrow for Group B of KSL Season 4. We'll see you then.